Hey guys, Simply Betta here. I have a bit of a story time today, a story about the time I tried to raise Amano shrimp babies. Yes, so I tried to breed Amano shrimp. Well, I didn't try to breed them, they breed on their own, but I tried to make it so I could save all the babies. So the thing about Amano shrimp is that they need salt water to develop. The zoes, the little babies that the mom releases, the female shrimp releases, they're called zoes or zoes, I don't know. And the female releases them. And the trick to Amano shrimp is that you have to get the babies out of fresh water and into salt water. So it's tricky. You need to take the female out, remove her from the tank as soon as you can see that she's really close to releasing all of the zoes. And you have to isolate her so that way she can release them, you can remove her, and then suck all the babies out. They're tiny too. They're like the size of little eyelashes. So I decided to give it a shot. I saw a female in my tank that I thought, I have no experience with it, but I thought she looked really close to releasing her zoes. So I took her out, I put her in a jar, and sure enough, just a couple hours later, she released all of them. They were so tiny, so cute. So I acted right away. I knew I only had a couple days to try to get these babies into salt water. And I'd never made salt water before. I don't know anything about salt. So I needed to buy a hygrometer. So I live in a small town. My local pet store had like one box of marine salt that I bought, just a little box, but they didn't have one of the measuring doodads that you need to measure salt water. So I had to try to find one, posting ads on Facebook groups and Craigslist looking for somebody with a measuring doodad that I could use. Finally, someone came through, and one town over, somebody had a spare one that I could borrow, and I was so happy. Made the salt water, which I'd never made before. It was a learning experience. Transferred the zoes into the salt water. And I did that by positioning a light over the little jar and sucking up the babies with a turkey baster. And it worked. I did it. It worked, and they were alive, and everything was going great. And I thought, gosh, maybe I'll be able to raise these little guys. How cool of an experiment would that be to raise Amano shrimp? So I had them for days in the saltwater jar with a 24/7 light. Read in some other places, and I've watched some YouTube videos about raising Amano shrimp zoes, and people were telling me that having the light 24/7 shining down, it would be enough to feed the zoes, because they eat algae, they eat diatom algae. That would be enough. All the shrimp ended up dying a couple days later. And I personally think is because there wasn't enough to eat. I did everything on such a short notice that I didn't have any time to let algae develop in the saltwater jar. I had to plop them in a clean jar, basically. I had nothing else to go on. And I'm pretty sure that there just wasn't enough food, even with the 24/7 light blaring down on them. So my first experiment with Amano shrimp zoes didn't go very well, but it was definitely a learning experience. I'm going to try again whenever I get that stroke of luck and I find a female who's ready to release her eggs. So that was my story time for today. It would have been really cool if I was able to raise those guys, but I wasn't. I gave it a shot, and I'll do it again. Thanks for watching, guys. This is another video in my February daily video challenge. I appreciate everybody who's been watching and commenting and supporting me. You guys have made it pretty fun to release videos every day. Even though it's a lot of work, I still love it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.